Hello, my good friends. My name is RODGON. I'm an artist. I'm a designer. I'm a cartoonist. I'm an illustrator. And today, I would like to be your next favorite teacher. The world of art is sometimes hard, especially if you don't have a guide. But the moment that you learn a little bit from someone that's more experienced, and they teach you the proper way to do things, things tend to get a little bit easier. So, if you have never met me before, my name is Rod. I'm an art teacher. I like to teach the really hard topics that other people tend to hate to teach. And I like to make them fun and dynamic and engaging and interesting. So, learning things like anatomy and perspective and stuff like that doesn't have to be an incredibly arduous task. You can learn all these things without having to pull your hair out. So, what would you guys like to learn today? What is it that you would all like to be better at by the end of today? I like to take suggestions from the people that come onto the stream. I don't like just teaching whatever I feel like, because if I did that, then it would be a pretty boring class. What I like to do is I like to teach the concepts that you guys find hard. All the things that you all like are like, oh my God, I have such a hard time with this. Let me help you with that. That is what I do. Forearms. So I have a feeling you said forearm, like the part in your forearm, not forearms. But if I am mistaken and you meant multiple arms, please let me know. If you meant just the arm itself, we can talk about this little section for sure. And we can talk about why sometimes it's hard. We can talk about why and how you can make this a lot easier on yourself. And also how to learn to stylize it a little bit. Oh, multiple arms. Okay, so you didn't mean the forearm. You mean forearms. Okay, so not forearm. Okay. So if you want to draw multiple arms, it's actually quite simple too. You draw a rib cage. The first, you got to add a collarbone for each set of arms that you want to draw. So let's say that you have a normal body and you draw a little circle that's about 1/3 of the size of your rib cage. And then that circle has a little line in the front like this. And that little line is going to connect to the back of that shape, which is going to give you the bone structure for your rib cage, for the top bit. So once you do that, then you have the proper positioning for your arms. You're going to have the outside of your arm coming out of that point, the outside. And then you bring it inside for all the squishiness. Okay? So if you do that, it's very easy to connect that to your pectoral muscles. So once you have that, and that can happen in any direction, really, when you lift your arm, the collarbone changes with it. So if you lift your arm, you just have to move that collarbone with it. But that's how you come up with the arms. Rib cage, circle. The circle is going to be the size of your head. So now we have the way to draw one set of arms. But we want two sets of arms. We don't want one set of arms, we want two sets of arms. So we're going to draw another collarbone. the other collarbone is going to give me access to another set of arms. So we have to make the rib cage a little bit bigger. We also have to have another set of pectoral muscles to go along with those arms. So now we have your arm, your pectoral muscles, and then underneath that, we have another set of pectoral muscles and another set of arms. It can be underneath, or it could be in front. Outside first, inside second. Okay? And then you would go down to whatever type of body you want. So you would just have 2 pectoral muscle areas, if you wanted to have that. So that is how you would draw somebody with double arms. You would just draw 2 little circles, connect them back, and you have access to drawing the other set of arms with a proper guideline. You just have to stack them. Draw a horse. Well, I am not hearing a please or a could you please, Mr. Rod. See, to me, respect is everything. To me, respect and the way that people approach things is absolutely everything to me. If you ask nicely, you get the world. If you don't ask nicely and you demand things, I feel just bothered by the way that people ask those things. So I normally just ignore them. So I'm giving you a little tip to how to get advice from me. Be respectful, be kind. If I see you helping other people in the chat as well, I will be more likely to help you as well. Can you draw a huge superhero? Yeah, let's draw a huge superhero. All right, let's finish this one first. Little heart from the circle gives you boobs. Little circle gives the overlapping line for your rib cage, overlap a line for your hip bone, overlap a line for your crotch, overlap a line for your kneecap, straighten this out for your calf. Everything is overlapping lines. Little overlapping lines get you everything you really need. So many people just try to over-engineer everything. A lot of the times, it's just about learning how to draw a line overlapping another. All from a bean? Yeah, it could be from a bean. You could draw a little bean, which is 2 circles, right? And then you just draw the hip bones, which are 2 little side circles, right? Like a little fly at the bottom. And then draw a circle at the top for your hip bones. So you can use a little bean for sure. If you rotate the collarbone, you rotate the body parts. Whee! So that collarbone is really important. Okay? So if you're drawing busts, that's about all you really need to do. It's like a little triangle, make that straighter, and then the head just comes in from there. Draw 2 little overlapping lines into ears, and you have yourself a nice little face. Ta-da! All right, you guys hit that like button until we get to 10,000, and I will be right back. I forgot to turn off the TV, so Moosey's going crazy over there. I'll be right back. Okay, Moosey. I know, I couldn't get him out. All right. We're back. Yeah, Moosey doesn't like whenever there's like any noise outside of my close proximity, he starts getting like not like aggressive, but just like to alert me. And it's really, really nice because I live by myself. So it's always useful to have a little puppy that lets you know if anybody's close by, anybody getting close to your door, anything like that. He's definitely kept a couple dumb drunk people from going further than they should. So, do you guys like that system? Can you please show me how to draw a snake hair? What? Do snakes have hair? So if we draw a little snake, all right? Draw a little snake. Let's give him some cool hair, I guess. Let's give him some emo, like, makeup. So I don't know. I don't really know what you mean by snake hair. Oh, you mean like Medusa. Oh, okay. Not a snake with hair. Like not a snake with like hair in general. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's do some hair that is snakes. Let's see. I gotta finish this guy first. Okay, so now let's draw somebody that has a head, and then they have snake hair, like Medusa. First, we'll draw a nice little cute face. Boop-a-doo. Medusa would probably be like, look at me. So we're gonna make her look a little bit more seductive than the average person, right? And then she was known to be a beautiful, beautiful woman. Just that she got cursed by, what was it, like Aphrodite or Athena? One of the two. Because she was stealing too much of the thunder from the goddess of beauty. And they ended up cursing her to not being able to be seen. I don't know if it's just the male gaze that like turns them to stone or if she turns women into stones too. So I'm not really sure. I would probably start with the heads first just to see how many snakes you want to have. And then you find the hairline for your character. And then from there, the snakes would grow up and then down. It's kind of like hair. They would grow up and then fall down. But they wouldn't just fall down like normal hair. They would fall down and be able to move. So it's not necessarily going to conform to anything. But if you have things like your roundness for your body, right? Because your body has roundness to it. If you have a snake, let's say, that's coming around the body, you would need to account for that. And then you would just add extra just to fill in the gaps without having to add any extra massive amounts of heads. You can intertwine them between each other and stuff like that, you know. Depends on what stylization you want to achieve. And then whenever you want to draw things that stand out amongst the mess, just darken the lines a little bit. Darken the lines of the front ones. And you can use line width to be able to draw details and make them stand out amongst a big crowd of other things. So this is how you would go about drawing Medusa. And oddly enough, if you go to my YouTube channel, one of the very first videos that I ever uploaded was a video of me doing an illustration of Medusa. So that is funny because that's like a huge, huge callback to the very first video that I ever uploaded. Like that was like 10 years ago. It's a long time ago. No, more than that, actually. You guys can see the level at which I was at back then, too. It's kind of cool. Videos are, like, super, like, there's no talking or anything. It's just, like, me being super shy. I still hated my voice. Moosey, stop! The door is locked. Come back here. Go to your crate. Hey. Hold on. What are you barking at? What are you barking at? Who's there? Hey, give me the instruction. Calm down. You calm your booty down. Okay? They're just doing construction in the elevator. You're such a good boy, you. You're such a good boy. All right. So, well, I didn't realize you were on this app for so long. No. Go to YouTube. I don't think this app has been around so long. I've been doing this way longer than this app was around. I was already famous by the time this app was around. I think the very first video that I uploaded here that was actually got any traction was one of Velma. So it was I was just drawing a Velma for a Draw This in Your Style. And that took off. It was like, holy shit. I think it garnered 2 million views within a span of 2 days. And overnight, I had 70,000 followers here. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah, it was super cool to see. I was already big on Instagram. I already had 200,000 or 100 something thousand over there. So, and then on YouTube, I've always had a big, decent following. Let's see, what was her hair like? What was Velma's hair like? It's short, right? I haven't drawn her in a long time. But does it curve out? Yeah, whatever. Even if it doesn't look like her. That's what reference is for. Oh, yeah, it's like her face is covered or something with her mask, with her turtleneck. Yeah, so it was a really cute, at least I thought it was cute, but it's a nice little Draw This in Your Style thing, and then it got so many views. So many views. It was kind of cool. So I had a kickstart to my TikTok. And then from there, I used, as you should, use the attention you get from something to pivot to what you wanted. So then I pivoted to teaching. So I used the attention from my one opportunity that I got early on here to get attention, and I just pivoted everything towards, hey, okay, look, you like that one? Hey, you can learn to do it yourself. And when you learn to do that, and you learn to make people proud, not because you drew something cool, but because they improve themselves every time they come visit you, well, then you change the dynamics a little bit, right? It's no longer, I'm going to go there to make this guy cool. It's, I'm going to go there so I can become a little bit more of what I want to be. So that changes the dynamics of the social media things, right? You have to search for something that not just makes you look good, but also can benefit other people, because no one just wants to see you because of you. It just doesn't work like that. They're not your mom. Like most people will not just want to look at you for just no reason. You have to give them a reason to come back to your page over and over. A lot of people think it's just beautiful artwork. A lot of the times people are wrong. Do you think a beginner will understand how this works without even knowing? Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be able to do it how I do it, but I can teach you how to do this really easy. Like I can give you like the first guidance, like what is it that you want to learn? Meow. I can teach you anything that you want to learn. And I can probably teach it within the span of a little corner of my sketchbook. So name something that you would like to learn and do a little bit better, and I'll give you the roadmap to getting there. A heart for a sweetheart. You want to learn to do necks? Necks are really easy. So if you start with let's start this. First of all, let's simplify the head and the concept of the head, because you're probably confusing the living hell out of yourself. Your head and your neck are not going to be any different in size. Okay? Your head and your neck at a standard base are no different in size at all. They just taper a tiny bit. Okay, so that is going to be the one significant factor about the neck that most people will miss. Your neck and your head at a base standard is going to be relatively the same. The width that comes additional to it normally comes from the ears. And it's the same effect that you get with your wrist and your hand. Your wrist and your hand can be easily drawn with the same shape. And normally the things that extend are just the thumb. It's a visual, it's an illusion. Okay? You have to learn how to use overlapping lines to create the illusion of depth. If you learn to do that, even things like making your heads look up and stuff become ridiculously simple. Okay? The things that supposedly are hard, they're not hard. They're just explained like shit. Right? You can be explained how to draw things without feeling like they're overwhelming if someone knows how to teach it. So the neck, okay? The other thing, your neck does not connect to your body flat. So you don't do this. Okay? Whenever you're drawing your body, it doesn't connect to your ribcage like that, right? That look weird. So how does it actually go? Well, if you have your ribcage, and you can do this really easy, by the way. Follow your back of your circle, your spine, and that's going to be a natural angle for your ribcage, for your neck. That's going to be the curvature here. Okay? Your bone right here is going to be incorporating a huge part of your components for your head. Now, the front of your ribcage is going to be angled. It's not going to be flat. It's going to be angled. So the back part of your ribcage is higher than the bottom. That's why whenever we draw a circle from the front and we just draw a circle, this is what we're representing. The top part is this part, okay, where your spine comes out of. This front part is angled. That's why you can see the circle. So this is where your collarbone expands. This is where your collarbone expands. Okay? So if we know that it's angled, well, we can use the circle to our advantage. The front of the circle becomes the angle at which my head's supposed to go at. Okay? So that's step one. understanding that. Then understanding number 2 is that you can just draw a cylinder or a box coming out of that circle. And if you're looking at it, let's say from the front, that would be about the size of your head. If you start rotating your head to the side, let's say you have a complete profile. If you divide this into 2 and you add 1 more to make it 3, that's about the size of how much your head sticks out. So if you have it in between, right, you'd have your cylinder. If it takes 1 more whenever you stick out, if you don't stick out so much, it would only be like half or something like that. And that would be about the length of your head. That neck, your neck in general, is connected more to the core of your cranium. And then you have your features normally in the front of it. So it's very easy to just draw a little circle and a cylinder to make the bulk of your head, because you can connect that easy to the rest of the body. And whenever you rotate your head, just move a little circle that goes along to where you want the other elements to go. So with 2 circles, you can guide your head after you draw that. Draw a big circle and a little circle. The neck is going to be based on that circle. And that's how you learn the angle, the shape, the connecting points, and how to find the outside part of this. How do you draw 2 people hugging or standing together hugging? Well, we need 2 people, so let's draw 2 rib cages. Okay. Their backs are probably going to be arched a little bit back because they don't want to put their crotches onto each other. Then we're going to draw our spine going up to our head and our volume for our head from that little circle. Then I need collarbones, right? So I'm going to draw a little collarbone. But this one's going to be pointing the other way, so I got to rotate it this way. Then, depending on how you want to hug the person, the arm would go around the top, over there, back around. This one would go around my rib cage, going down, around that shape, back inside. Maybe the other hand over here. Maybe the other hand wouldn't be seen because the other hand for the other person would be behind them. You would see the back of this person's head more than the front. The spine goes around back to the collarbone, to the hip bones. And depending on what type of posture they have, you can have them doing a bunch of things. So it really does depend on learning how to just overlap shapes and lines. If you learn this exercise, right, do 4 circles that connect into a chain, and then learn how to overlap the lines inside to create depth. Right? This can be done in a bunch of different ways. Okay? Like learning how this functions and how you can create different levels of depth with these little shapes eventually turns into learning how to draw depth for legs really easy. Depth for fingers real easy. Okay, so that's the drill that you do if you want to learn how to draw these things a lot simpler. You need to learn how these little overlapping lines work so that you can draw them properly. And that's how you practice drawing even things around this. Like this would be just legs wrapping around. Okay. It's just shapes, a bunch of shapes, and then you choose which lines to enhance to generate more depth. How do I use composition for body poses? Well, composition is just how you want something to look on a layout. Like if you have like a page, right? Like composition is just going to be how do you want your characters and stuff to look out there. Like there's no real right or wrong composition. It's just something that's going to be appealing to you. Like there's really no right or wrong. Like so many people have like told so many other people that their way of drawing, the way of creating is wrong, right? Oh, your composition is off. Your layout is off. I'm like, who the fuck made you king? I like it. So why do I have to change it for you? Are you my boss? Okay, cool. If you're my boss, then you're telling me you're paying me to do that. Great, I'll do it. But if you're not my boss, who the hell are you to be telling me if I'm doing my art right? As long as I'm learning and I'm progressing, as long as I am actively searching to be a better artist, you can't tell me I'm doing it wrong. There's no right way to do this. I have been told multiple times that the way that I do things is wrong. All the time. I get told all the time that, oh, that's not how you draw a ribcage. That is not how you draw an eye. Oh, that's not how you teach perspective. And I get that all the time. But at the end of the day, I'm a person that understands higher levels of this stuff, and therefore I can help other people understand where they have the struggles, right? If I was a naturally gifted person, I would never be able to do this. Not to the level that I do it. Because if you don't struggle, if you've never struggled, then you can't really teach people that have. What's your favorite way to composition? I don't have, see, the thing is, I think you're confusing that terminology with something else. Because composition in itself, it could be like this, right? Like my preferred composition in general is chaos. My sketches, my artwork is chaos. So there is no general composition when it comes down to what I'm drawing. I'm drawing things that are appealing to me and just filling everything up with as much as I can because I see artwork as real estate. My sketchbooks, they're real estate. If I can fit more drawings, I can learn more. I can teach more, right? So but I also need to make it small enough that I can take it with me and scan it and be able to do things with it. So that is what I search for. So if you are actively searching to make things beautiful, go look at things that you think are beautiful and take notes. Why do you think that's pretty? Spend an afternoon being an introspective person to your own brain and be like, why do I find this appealing? Why is this attractive to me? Why do I like this over this? And then you get to do that on your own. You don't need to have anyone tell you. No one has to give you any of that guidance, especially when it comes down to things that are more just style or like driven by what makes something appealing. Like what you think is appealing might not be appealing to me, right? At all. Like some people like cartoony eyes, some people like simple eyes, some people like to draw things with a massive amount of detail, right? And none of them are wrong. They're all right. They're all doing the same thing. They're just hallucinating it a little bit differently than you. And therefore, they need to be able to get it out of their systems a little bit different than you. No two people ever learn the same. And that is the hard concept of teaching people the art of something that doesn't have any end goal. Right? There's no end goal to art. I can't be like, if you learn this, you unlock everything. Because I don't even know how to unlock all that stuff. Like, I don't know how to break people's mind and be like, okay, now you're jailbroken. Now you can do everything. But I can do what I can do. I can teach you guys all the stuff that helped me and, in my struggle. And then I can, in part, remove a lot of that unnecessary stress that's going to come from you having to struggle doing what I did. So I can eliminate 20 years of your career. I can make people love my art. I can't make people love my art. I can make people appreciate my art. Yeah, I mean, you can't force anybody to like anything. The one harsh truth that most artists will never realize until it's too late is that no one cares. No one cares about your concept. No one cares about your idea, right? And no one's going to care as much as you do. No one. So your job is not just that of a person that creates art. No, it's that of a person that creates art, and you have to sell yourself. If you want other people to care, why should they? Right? You need to understand communication better than most other professions, because you have to ride that humble line between being really, really nice and humble and, oh my God, yes, I can, yeah, I'm not the best, but I'm good amongst your peers. But amongst the client, you have to be, oh, hell yeah, I can take on the world for you, man. You want me to kill that lion? Yeah, I got you. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll do it. I'll figure it out. You have to ride that really fine line between incredibly confident, borderline cocky, and then a person that is really cool and chill to work with that can bring somebody's ideas to life. Someone once told me that the very top artists can be akin of cult leaders. Like a really, 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 really good artist can be akin of a cult leader when it comes down to charm. Because they will be able to fascinate you with the ideas that come out of their brain. And it's kind of funny. There's a team behind every comic. Not every comic. No, I know a lot of people that do their own thing and then they don't really have other people. So, but the big production ones, like, the ones that you see from Marvel and DC and stuff like that, yeah, all those are super, like mega amounts of people, like, dealing with every single aspect of that thing. Because they have to make money from it, right? If you have to make money from a product, you can't just do it in one way. You have to have marketers, you have to have salespeople, you have to have people promoting it, you have to have people, all that stuff. And it sucks. Personally, from a person that really does most of their stuff on their own, it's kind of frustrating sometimes that I can't find like a decent person to have as an assistant or anything like that to be able to trustworthy. It's been incredibly annoying. Like, it's been a year. I've been searching for an assistant for a year. I live in Tijuana, which complicates things a little bit because they don't really have big art programs or like groups of artists. So I can't be like, oh, someone want to learn from the best? No? Okay. All right. Man, there's some talented kids. Yeah. In the internet, I don't want an internet person. I want a person that is going to be there physically so they can like go walk my puppy too. I need someone to play with my puppy and learn from me. Is that so hard? Play with a puppy. Go eat tacos on my money and come back and scan artwork and help me put together books and stuff. That's the job. That would be the job. But unfortunately, no one capable of doing that. Dream job. Yeah, you guys just sit there on a computer just staring at artwork all day, putting together like PDFs and like books, and then just puppy break time, go get yourself tacos, food, come back, do a little bit more, maybe help me film a video or whatever, and then go home. I might ask you to like walk my puppy so he has like a little entertainment, but other than that, that would be the job. And I can't find it. I can't find someone to do it. I just need somebody to body double me. Like when I don't have nobody here, I have absolutely no motivation. Like the thing is, right? Like most of the money that I make for the year, I make it at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year. So I don't really like have incentives to sit there and then just, oh, I want to make more money. No, I don't really care about that. Like, so a person that's not driven by financial gains and like just making more, and then I just get bored. So sometimes I travel, but I'm a very simple dude too. You know, I don't like leaving my puppy. I don't like going anywhere he can't go. So I end up staying home a lot, which I like because I'm using my mortgage, right? Like young people will never understand that. If you are paying, it's like I'm paying for the coolest club with all my shit and my snacks and my puppy, right? Like, why would I ever want to leave the place that has all the shit that I like? Like, how much will you pay? Is it on Indeed? It's not on Indeed. It's not, I have to interview you personally. Like, if you're interested, you can message me and then we can figure something out. If you live in San Diego or if you live in Tijuana and you want to do the commute, we can totally talk about that. But it's not something I will take on a remote job. I don't want to hire somebody remote. And I don't want to have somebody that's going to, just check in through emails and stuff like that. I just don't want that. Experience something new. No, that's why I have TikTok. People can go to the Grand Canyon. People go to like Mount Everest, and I'll just be there. Oh, cool. That's what it looks like. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. Oh, yeah. The thing is, I grew up in a different generation, guys. Like, we didn't have access to knowing what everybody else was doing around the world so easily. Like, it just didn't. Or maybe I just didn't have the resources to do that when I was younger. Right? So whenever I just look at how somebody else is living their life, I'm not really like, oh my God, I need to do that. I'm like, oh, cool. That person did that. Oh, that's what it would look like. Huh. You didn't make him take a pic? Oh no, he's just looking at the screen. He's like, oh my God, that's so cool. Gotta make a little tablet or something. So I enjoy seeing people's experiences, and I don't mind not having to live them myself. A lot of the things, I don't really care to experience them. I just want to see what they would look like. And now we live in an age that essentially just, it's see an experience, share it. And it's awesome. Who's your favorite Disney princess? I like Penelope Von Sweets. She's the only princess slash queen that represents who I am. Slash queen that represents who I am. She's the only princess that actually gets me. She is the coolest character in Disney. Period. The glitch. I'm honestly surprised you haven't drawn her yet, unless you have in a music. Well, we don't really sing Disney songs that deal with Wreck-It Ralph. There's no Wreck-It Ralph songs that I like. So we don't end up drawing anybody that we don't like. If we're not singing the songs from the character, we don't really draw them. But I've gotten used to drawing Belle really quickly. We've gotten used to drawing Gaston really quickly. We draw a lot of the characters that we draw often. A lot. She relatable when she said, "You don't need help. Do I need to call somebody?" Oh, I love that scene so much. Okay. Do draw nude art. So, do you come here asking artists to draw naked people for you so that you can feel like somehow like you got something out of it? That's kind of weird, man. There's Google for that. Go enjoy yourself away from this. It's kind of creepy. Every inch of chest is covered with hair, Gaston. So, yeah, that's a creepy question to ask to a stream of people that normally probably have kids in it, dude. So, how about you just go away? Just go away. I don't want to have to block you, but just go away. No. Do, 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 do. No, 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 no. That's just a weird question to go asking, dude. So, how's your March been so far? It's actually been really productive. It's been kind of fun. Did you watch Moana 2? I did. I did. I didn't quite necessarily like it. I know. I know. Moana is one of my favorites. Music, like it's my musicals. Like you guys listen to me hear the music all the time. You know, like it's one of my favorites. But they did nothing special for the second one. It didn't even feel like it was like actually planned. It feels like it was just like a TV special. Yeah, this is ballpoint pen. Just a normal pen. They're gonna have Snow White movie. Yeah. That Rachel Zegler girl is just so annoying. I don't know. I just don't like her. I wanted to see her in the Hunger Games, the last Hunger Games movie, but I never really got a chance to see that one either. So I wanted to give her a fair chance. You know, maybe like it was just not her like thing, but I just never got a chance to see it. Weird. Yeah, like it's just like the faces. Like she gives me the cringe. She's a pretty girl. This just gives me the absolute cringe. Like I would never have a conversation with her. And I'm a very chill dude. I'd just be like, no, it's okay. No, no. Weird. How long do you draw every day? Normally we draw until we finish a page. So you guys are my daily page on my sketchbook. So every single day that we sit here, we just fill up a page together and we talk about things. And then sometimes I upload the videos to YouTube whenever there are good videos and we talk about something important and not necessarily just roam around talking shit about people. That's more of a chisme one. The chisme one, stay with Tinas. Whatever happens in RODGON streams stays in RODGON streams. Damn it. It's worse than Vegas, baby. Yeah, that was a fun prompt. It's been a while since I've drawn Medusa. I'm based in Vegas. Oh, if I ever go to Vegas, man. I go to Vegas for like pool tournaments all the time. Then you can like show me around. You can tell me all the cool spots to go like hang out and stuff. That like the Vegas is so boring. I don't like drawing. I don't like drinking. I'm not a drinker, right? So I'm not a drinker at all. And I like eating food, but I don't like going to just places that everybody else goes to. I like the little hidden places that people like to go to, like the locals. So whenever I meet people, and I do travel often, whenever I meet people, I like going to the places that they take me because I'm like, oh, that's some new shit, some good stuff. Do you ever seen that one video where you zoom out and it's a picture within a? Yeah, that's all. Those are called infinite canvases, and they're all vector-based programs, kind of like Adobe Illustrator. So when you draw, the lines don't diminish in quality. So you can zoom in infinitely because it's all mathematically like calculated. It's not like Photoshop that gives you like a pixel system. It's kind of like lines, and like whenever you draw a line, when it comes down to vector systems, it's kind of like ones and zeros. So it tells the thing to scale that up or down depending on that. And that's what they use for business cards, for logos and stuff like that for that reason. So they then wouldn't have to do one, like a different one if they needed to put it on the side of a building. Right? They'd have to be able to do the same shape, but they can scale it up and down to the size of a business card or the size of a building. And that is how and why you need to learn vectors whenever you go into print. I love when you draw pinups. Oh, Vicky, hey! Always a smile when Vicky comes on. How you doing, Vicky? Like I said, your name reminds me of someone that I like, so it makes me smile. Oh, let's give the snake hair a mohawk, some hair color. So, I think we have completed our page for today. So, thank you so much to the 21,000 people that tuned in to our stream today. You are all the reason that I do this every day. You are the reason that I get up and I want to actually come on here and feel happy about teaching. You are all top-notch in my book. So may you go forth today and start your projects. Start something that's going to make you proud of yourself. Make yourself happy by creating something beautiful. Something that came from your lovely little mind. Don't copy someone else. Just draw something from your brain. Okay? Learn to make yourself happy and proud of what you can create with your own knowledge. And eventually, with enough studying, enough time, and enough effort, you'll be able to draw a plenitude of things that are going to make you happy and help you along your career. That being animals, humans, people, environments, science fiction shit, or something that doesn't exist. Okay? This has been your daily sketchbook page, your Professor RODGON. Check out my stuff in my YouTube if you guys want to learn more. And that's it. Catch you guys later. Bye.